Just got the Lincoln back from Chapman's Customs and Collision here in Richland. His shop is out on Winding Road, over on just off 89, about 28th Street. When I bought the car, it had a bad set of hinges on the driver's side. It acted like the bushings had worn out. The back of the door sagged. And the only way to get the door shut was to pull it and lift it at the same time. That let this door right up on that plate and scratch the paint right there. Well, I knew I needed to get it done, so I tried adjusting the hinges and I had no luck at all. So I went to a local body shop and they said, John Chapman is the guy that can do it. He's got all the equipment and the fixtures. So I went over and he gave me a price, which was about half what I expected it to be. I'm not complaining, but it was a pleasant surprise. So I had him order the hinges in. He ordered them in, painted them, and put them on. He did the whole thing in about 6 hours. Took it this morning and brought it back this afternoon about 4:30. Pleased as punch. Now instead of having the door squeak when it opened, like it did when I first got it, so I oiled the hinge and then it made it so that the door wouldn't stay open. The little catch just wouldn't hold it in place. Now it opens, hits the 2 notches, closes like a bank vault. That's just the way the door is supposed to work. Big old chunk of iron like this car shouldn't be anything that you got to fight with. So I'm very happy with it. I will have John do any work in the future that this car may need. Doors line up, fits the body smooth. Mold lines are all lined up just the way I want it. Okay. Well, so far I paid $5,000 for the car. Then I paid another $1,000 for the license, title, insurance, and all the other stuff the state of Michigan wanted. Taxes. Then the airbags in the back, they worked when we got it, and they were fine until we drove to Grand Rapids. When we drove to Grand Rapids, they just went flat. The airbags deflated, and I went to have my eye surgery done, and when I came out from the eye surgery, we had driven up there with the airbags totally flat the last 10 miles. And I was thinking, okay, we got to babysit this thing all the way home, and then I've got to get it into the body shop to get those, or in the mechanic to get those airbags taken care of, because I didn't know what was wrong with them. And we went to Max Auto Body, or to Max Garage out on Gull Road, or Gull Lake, I should say. And they put in springs and shocks, because we looked at it and talked about it, and he said, you know, I can put the airbags in, but they're going to go bad again. If it's not the airbags, it's going to be the valve, or if it's not the valve, it's going to be the compressor. These things, once they've got some age on them, they just go bad all the time. So we put in springs and shocks. Car rides a little rougher. This is the Signature Series car, and every Signature Series car owner has either changed out the airbags or gotten really good at doing it themselves. I like the car. Now I like it much better. I've got one more thing to do. I've got to put a purge valve on it. They have the emissions system on it to make sure that we save the planet. And so there's a valve that has to purge the tank that catches the fumes from the fuel tank. and the valve is supposed to release the fumes into the intake so that they get burned up going through the engine. Well, that purge valve goes bad on them, and it's on everything. Everything's got it, and they all go bad. So, been kind of a pain. What'll happen is I'm driving along, and then the check engine light comes on, and it says that I've got a code P45 and 455. That means that the purge valve's not working. So I have to take the little chip reader, plug it into the car, check to make sure there isn't anything else wrong, and there never has been. It's always been the 455 code. And then reset the code, and it works just fine, and our gas mileage goes back up where it's supposed to. With that, when the purge valve is not working right, the gas mileage drops down to about 18 miles per gallon. When it's working, and I don't have the code, I get about 22 miles a gallon on the thing, which is pretty good for considering how big it is. So now I'm happy. I got the car going. Got the chocks taken care of. All I got to do is put the purge valve in. I got the purge valve in from Amazon. It's going to cost, well, it cost $89, and I can install that myself. That just plugs in. So, happy, happy, happy. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching. And if you have any car problems with your car body, call John Chapman. He's in the phone book.